Hi people, I haven't done a pickup video or anything for quite a while. Today I went to a retro gaming meet in Bristol. It was okay. When I first got there, a lot of people crowding around. There's stuff like just dumped on the floor. You couldn't tell whose was what was going on. So I just went and got a hot chocolate. When I went back, I didn't actually trade with any people actually when I actually did some deals with the store. I took a few bits. I took my box Mark 1 Mega Drive, which is like really good condition. Main reason I really got rid of that is because I got Mark 2. I know the Mark 1 is technically better because it's got the headphone jack and that, but I never had one of them when I grew up as a kid. It's a Mark 2, and if I ever want to get a Mega CD, it's much easier to find a Mega CD for a Mark 2 than there is for a Mark 1. And they work more often than not because of the draw and stuff. So I took that with me. I took a copy of Double Dash, the GameCube. And you might be thinking, I collect GameCube games. The reason I do that is because a couple of days ago I bought Double Dash. And you might be thinking, why did I buy Double Dash again? And I paid 35 quid for this. You're like, I'm nuts. 35 quid for Double Dash. It's not particularly. The reason I paid that and bought that is because of the Zelda disc. Obviously, it's got all the manuals and everything. That I actually do own. On its own in the box anyway, because it was Zelda in like this sort of set. I wanted it. So 35 quid is actually about the right price. If you look on eBay and you think, and I actually seen in CEX in Bridgewater, I want to say it was the Bridgewater one, it's local to me. They had the disc set box, and I think they wanted 35 quid just for that in CEX. Obviously, they're quite pricey. They wanted like 32 quid for the limited edition Wind Waker. So I picked that up. So that's for my collection. Actually, which is just there. So I had the Mega Drive Mark 1 box and Double Dash take. I also took something else, so I'll get to that in a minute because that didn't go. So had that. I was saying about 30 quid for my Mega Drive. It was actually quite cheap. If you look on eBay, they go between 30 and 50. The box ones, depending on condition. If you got, your bags, paperwork. Mine was in really good nick, but I didn't have any of the bags or paperwork. So I was saying 30. Double Dash, I was saying 40. So there's a few things I want. GameCube stuff, Dreamcast stuff. I've been looking at getting a Sega Saturn. So, in the shop, I swapped my Mark 1 Mega Drive and Double Dash for a £5 note, which you all know what a £5 note looks like, and a Sega Saturn. So, they wanted 35 quid for the Saturn, and he was like, you want 40 for Mega Drive and Double Dash, here's a fiver. So, I got the Saturn. I'm not sure which Saturns I'm not too familiar with, so I'm not sure which mark have I got. Have I got a Mark 1 or a Mark 2 due to the grey buttons? Someone replaced the battery because the clock was 2016. Saved on my save file of a game, one of the games I got for it, so pretty nifty. I believe when I was in there, I was speaking to Mike, who did the Dreamcast Junkyard Collector's Guide. I believe he actually traded it in, so he may have switched the battery before he traded it in. So I'm quite pleased for that. It's come with that controller. Again, I don't know if that was the Mark 1 controller or the Mark 2. I know there's a bigger one, and obviously got the 3D one for Nights into Dreams. So yeah, I got Saturn. So that's what I swapped Mega Drive and Double Dash for that and £5 note. Then I bought some games from the store. I bought 9 games for 50 quid. So that's a fiver a game. Which doesn't sound bad, but going to start with the Dreamcast games I got. I got Poppin' Music, which is a Japanese Dreamcast game. I don't really buy Japanese Dreamcast games very often. It's the music-based one with the big controller of like 9 buttons. But, you know, it's discs and everything. Pretty good. It's no spine card, but I'm not particularly bothered about. So I picked, that was one of the 9. Then I got NBA 2K1, American Dreamcast game. See, it's in pretty good condition and that, so they're all a bit. I had to clean them all before, when I got home. They're all like a little bit grotty, but they've all come out nicely. And then I got NFL 2K, 2K1, and 2K2. 2K2 actually looks pretty decent. That's one I played, but I didn't realise at the time I already owned 2K1. I own the best of like Platinum Sports version, so I got a spare, which on eBay or Samsung. So I picked them up. So I got 4 American Dreamcast games, which means, with the few I've already got, I'm missing 47 of the exclusive American Dreamcast games. So 47 more games from America that I can't get in Europe. I might be getting them in Japan as well, but I can't get them in Europe. And then I have every American one. So I'm pretty pleased. There's a few more sports titles. I've got a list in front of me. And it's like NCAA, college football, NFL Blitz, NFL Quarterback, NHL 2K2, Real Fishing, Sega Bass Fishing 2, Sega Marine Fishing, Sports Jam. So a lot of sports, but 2 baseball games. Yeah, so there's a few decent things in there, like King of the Fighters, that I need from America. So yeah, I wouldn't mind getting them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 games so far for the 50 quid. You could say 45 quid because, mate, you gave me a fiver, so it's better. Then I got... Oh, see, this is why I shouldn't have a light on, but then you wouldn't even see anything at all. Army Men Sausage Heroes. It's a Power Dreamcast game I needed. It's missing the back. It has got the manual, which you can hopefully see is there. It's got the manual, everything. But there's a little bit of the hinge up the top here. The bit on, like, the nub bit is broken. But because of that, I've now got 24 Power Dreamcast games to go. As individual like versions of each. Obviously, there's the big box Sega Bash Fishing, the big box House of the Dead. If I wanted to get them, I'm not too bothered about getting the big box sets. I mainly just want to get one of every game, and then once I got every game, I might try to get like a better copy of this, for instance, with the back, or I might try to get a big box, but I'm not particularly in a hurry for them. So yes, 24 Power Dreamcast games, and like I said, I spoke to Mike that did the Dreamcast Collector's Guy, who says he might have some spare Dreamcast game. So if he does watch this, yeah, I'm missing 24 games now. If you got any spare ones, and like I said, so that, and then the other 3 games, if you've seen that 6 games, were full of Sega Saturn. They actually had a decent Saturn collection. Most places you go, retro Saturn is pretty dreadful. Still mainly common stuff, but I picked up Wipeout, and cardboard's gone a bit funny over the years, but it's still in one piece. It's got a manual and everything, so yeah, I thought I'd have that, so I got Wipeout. And I got Daytona USA, because it's a classic Sega game. This is a Championship Circuit Edition. Again, it's still in one piece. It's got the manual. I'm not sure if this or the other Daytona USA on Saturn is a bit of a dodgy port. Like I said, Saturn knowledge is pretty bad. It's not a console I've had too much experience with. I've had a couple in the past. Never had that many games, but I knew when I seen this game, I had to have it. And when I said it's 50 quid for these 9 games, this game is worth nowhere near that. But if you take those 9 games, 50 or 45, like I said, you're looking at £5 to £5.50 each. This game for £5 is pretty cheap. It's the best version of the game is the Saturn version. There's got I played it a minute ago. Load times are a bit not great, but then obviously it's on the disc. I don't know if it would run better if like the 4 meg RAM card, because I know a few do of this genre, but it looks gorgeous still. It's absolutely gorgeous still, because obviously it's 2D. It's a 2D fighter, Street Fighter Alpha 2. If you look on eBay, it goes to about, depending on condition, between 10 and 25 quid. This is not in the best condition at all. The box is still in one piece. The cardboard's starting to go a bit funny. It is missing the manual. But having the box in one piece on a Saturn game is pretty decent. So I reckon you would most probably pay like maybe 15 quid on eBay. So if I paid 15 quid, I would be happy to pay 15 quid for that. That means I've paid a couple quid each for the others, which for sports Dreamcast games is not. Like I said, played this, put it in. Saturn's come with a SCART lead. Picture is a bit wonky on the HDTV, but it looks actually gorgeous still. Yeah, Saturn I know is well known, like the Dreamcast, for 2D fighters. Street Fighter is not one of my favourites, but I do like the Alpha game on the Dreamcast. Played this, pretty good. From the couple of rounds I played with Sakura, or whatever she's called. And obviously the Saturn's got 6 buttons, and the 2 are obviously shoulder pads. So it's actually pretty decent for fight. So if anyone wants to put in the comments, like recommend me some Saturn games or whatever, I mean, looking for them. Like I said, I didn't realise I had 2 copies of NFL 2K1 or something, so I got one of them, sell or trade or whatever. Most probably put it on one of the retro sort groups on Facebook. And I've also got like a King of Fighters 99 Evolution Japanese copy, well I actually want an American copy of it, because obviously and then going to that American collection. But talking about Dreamcast games, I got one, I'd say one others, actually 2 others. That you might obviously see it well, because like I said, the light, I'm really sorry about that. It's either light or you can't see anything at all. It's Leona's Tricky Adventure for the Dreamcast. It's a new game, the first one of 2016. I think it's been in development since 2013. I'm sure I gave them money in 2013. It's originally a Kickstarter that failed. Then it went on like their own website. I think I paid 15 quid when I paid or backed it or whatever in 2013. So it's only finally come. This you can see it's still sealed. Due to getting it so long ago, they sent me 2 copies. So this is actually my spare copy. I did take this today with me in the retro meetup. I said to people I got this weird indie homebrew Dreamcast game. No one seemed bothered about it. It's a kind of obscure one. Only like proper Dreamcast sort of people, you know, really into Dreamcast stuff wants this. Most people want retro games for their consoles. Yeah, so I got 2 copies of this. I could keep one sealed and play one, or I might, like I said, I'm obviously interested in some Saturn stuff. Might swap it or something on one of the real. And like I said, this is the first new Dreamcast game of the year, so I'm actually going to use this post to segue into another thing. I've done, if you check on my channel, my most anticipated PS4 games. Well, I say PlayStation family, Xbox family, Nintendo, and multi-format games. Like 2016 supposedly coming. Some might be 2017, like Kingdom Hearts 3. There is rumours that it might come out December 2016. I very much doubt it. So I'm going to segue into the top 10. Well, I say top 10 because Leona's out, so sort of like top 9. Most anticipated Dreamcast games. Yes, in 2016, I'm able to do a top 9. There's actually a few others that's not on this list. Dreamcast games coming. So you're going to not see me now, and you can actually see some footage from some Dreamcast games. So the first one we've got is Age of Beasts, which has actually been in development for about 4 years. I don't know actually what's happening with it. It's a spiritual successor of Beasts of Rage, like it says. It looks pretty good. Hopefully it comes out sometime. I believe it's coming to just Dreamcast as far as I'm aware when it does come out. Yeah, so it does look pretty decent. Next one we got up is Alice's Dreams Tournament, which was a Kickstarter successfully funded. I've actually kickstarted myself, the European Limited Edition, which also comes with another game from the same studio, which is a side-scrolling platformer. As you see, this is sort of like Bomberman. It has such a brilliant use for VMU. I didn't get any of the lights, though. You might see it coming up. There's a sort of like a weird light thing that can go over the controller. Yeah, but it looks pretty good. Obviously, that was supposed to come out, I think, June this year. Next one here is Amoeba, which is actually quite different for the Dreamcast. It's a visual novel, which you don't see very often. I believe it's also coming to the Sega Saturn and PC. Yeah, so quite unusual title. No sort of date on that one though. Kickstarter here. This one I actually backed and it should have been out in December, but unfortunately I think one of the guys on the team up and left and took quite a lot of stuff with him from the studio. It's an RPG, JRPG inspired. I believe it's coming to the Dreamcast, PC, Mac, iOS, Android, Linux, and even Ouya. We've gone straight into another one, Hyperstone Harmony of Darkness, which is a horror first-person shooter running in the Doom engine. You can see it looks a bit sort of freaky.
It's just a question of who you see looking back. They murdered her lover in cold blood. Now she's back.
This isn't the actual footage on this one, because this is Redux Dark Matters that I'm showing you, but Redux 2 has been confirmed for Dreamcast by HuCast, who have quite a few in the Dreamcast games under their belt. Most of them are shumps. There is a side-scrolling Metroidvania from them as well. No date on this one, but I would say it does come out this year. They're pretty good, HuCast. Going back to Hyperstone, Hyperstone Harmony of Darkness, Hypertension, not Hyperstone. That's also coming to PC if you don't want to play it on Dreamcast when it comes out. might be thinking, what? That's a 3DS game. That's clearly a 3DS. Well, actually, you're right. This is Saber Rider and Star Sheriffs coming to the 3DS, PC, Mac, Linux, PC Engine, and the Dreamcast. It's another Kickstarter based on a Japanese anime cartoon. I don't know much about the original source, but when I saw it was coming to the Dreamcast, I had to back it. A lot of these games are going on Kickstarter now for the Dreamcast, especially things like that. Fans want them. So I said actually top 9, it's actually top 8. There's a few missings like Sydney, Hunter, James, Watch, Turfcracker, and there's quite a few other Dreamcast games coming. Some are like Age of Beasts we've not heard of from years, and so there's like actually good looking RPG as well from the studio. I could find that it's actually about 16 games in development for the Dreamcast, or were in development. Obviously, you've got quite unusual ones. This is Slave. This you can pre-order on the Goat Store at the moment. Should have been out, I think, November 2015. It's been delayed, but yeah, it looks pretty strange and interesting. I think it uses the same engine as Hypertension. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this.